Hi, Yellow Jackets, and welcome into another edition of Tech Talks presented by EGP Document Solutions. I'm Andy Demetra, and we are pleased to be joined today by your ACC Offensive Lineman of the Week, right tackle, Jordan Williams. Jordan, good to see you again. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing well. Look, I know as an offensive lineman, you're used to working in tight spaces, but I do have to ask you, what was it like being in the middle of that mob scene at Grant Field and Hyundai Field last Saturday, the field storming after the win over number 4 Miami?
It's it's always a good time when the fans storm the field. And I was listening to JJ's and Romelo's interview, and I couldn't agree more with them. We got the best fans in the nation. They've always been showing out every home game this year, and we couldn't ask for any better support.
Well, you won ACC Offensive Lineman of the Week, but that honor could have gone to any one of your offensive line mates because you faced a Miami team that was eighth in the nation in rush defense, and you guys run up 271 yards on the ground. What do you think was clicking so well for you guys as a unit where you were able to do something against a Miami front line that really no other team had done this year?
We kind of knew after running the ball the first drive, we all came back to the sideline. We all were just looking at each other, and we already knew it was time to sandpaper. So we just made sure we just kept that mentality throughout the whole game, and we definitely got the results we wanted.
All right, explain the origin of this term sandpaper. I know it's kind of a pet phrase of your offensive line coach, Jeep Wade. You've said it at almost every press conference that you've had this year, but give us the meaning of sandpaper and why that's kind of a rallying cry for the offensive line.
It's really it's really more so just like every offensive lineman's mentality, just imposing your will over somebody else and just really being effective in the run game, being able to make a difference in a football game just by running the ball over and over and over again. And that's just sandpaper. That's just wearing them down.
Well, Jordan, you had an individual milestone aside from your ACC Offensive Lineman of the Week award. This was earlier this season when you became the new leader all time at Georgia Tech in career starts by an offensive lineman breaking the mark held by our analyst on the Georgia Tech Sports Network, Andrew Gardner. That is a certain kind of durability and longevity that's really hard to accomplish. What does that mean to you that you are able to set yourself apart in the Georgia Tech record books like that?
It means a lot to me because I feel like my time in college just kind of went by fast. So when I heard about the achievement, it kind of just made me just think through like all my time at Tech and all the different O lines I played with, all the relationships I built with all the different O linemen, and really it really just had me reminiscing on good times here.
No doubt. And you got some opportunities for more good times ahead. Haynes King, 93 rushing yards, playing with a bad shoulder. That kind of toughness you see from your quarterback. How much does that serve as a rallying point for the rest of this team? And how instrumental was it just seeing Haynes out there to get that win over Miami?
Oh, Haynes, he the heartbeat of the offense. So just when we saw him back out at practice, it's kind of like the whole energy of the offense that just went up, and everybody because he didn't make it known or nothing when he was coming back to practice. When we turned around and saw him taking the snaps, we were just like, "Oh yeah, it's time." So and then, but going into Miami, we already had that mentality that we just want to go in there and we're always going to play to win, and we going in there to compete. And Haynes is probably one of the hardest competitors that I've ever met. So having him back was definitely a good thing for us.
No doubt about it. Jordan Williams, I don't want to make things overly sentimental, but you've got one more home game left at Bobby Dodd Stadium at Hyundai Field. It'll be next Thursday under the lights in Midtown Atlanta when you take on North Carolina State in the ACC finale. As tremendous as that atmosphere was versus Miami, speak to the Georgia Tech fans. What kind of atmosphere do you want to see for your final home game as a Yellow Jacket?
Really just the same energy we've been seeing all year. And it's a night game too. So if I gotta say anything to the Georgia Tech fans, just make sure you continue to show that support. And the team feeds off of it more than you know. And we all love the fans, we all love the energy, and we just love when y'all pull up and show out every home game.
And stock up on the sandpaper while you're at it. Jordan Williams, ACC Offensive Lineman of the Week. Thanks so much for joining us here on Tech Talks, presented by EGP Document Solutions.